What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who don't know, my name is Samson, and in today's video, man, y'all know I got you and I never let you down. We have a 2023 Ram TRX. Now, when it comes to the Ram TRX, there has been a bit of a power war that has been started here recently when it comes to these trucks. The Ram TRX is the front runner and was the opening project from Dodge to give folks the most power. It ends up coming with the same engine that you get in the Hellcat, and this main competitor at this point in time is the new Ford Raptor R. But in today's video, we're going to go over some of the specs of the Ram TRX and let you make your own decision as to which one you think is better, this one or the Raptor R, or any other truck that you may like. But just like that, guys, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know any other thing that you would like to see on the channel. But how about we just go ahead and let's get into it. Starting with the front of the TRX, you can see, just looking at the fender, it is a lot wider than a lot of the other trucks that you may be accustomed to. Right here, I love how the fender actually has a functional vent that goes from this front area to the back. You can see the daylight right through there, allowing you to slip through the air just a little bit more. Very, very nice design feature. You don't see too many trucks with functional vents coming to your headlights. You can see you do have your two projector lenses right here, as well as a fully blacked out cluster. Love the LED strip lighting that they have from the factory. Very, very massive front end on this vehicle. You can see you do have your Ram badge right here front and center, and Dodge is trying to push Ram to be more of its own brand, not necessarily be not associated with Dodge, but for people to recognize Ram as just Ram and not Dodge itself. Love how open this front grille area is, bringing absolutely as much air as possible to that massive engine under the hood to let it breathe and cool off. You can see you do have your hooks right here for towing if need be, as well as a skid plate that allows you to be able to do a little bit more off-roading and not damage up the underside of the vehicle. You do also have your fog lights right here, or some people would call them crawl lights right here. And I love how off-roady this front fender looks. Very, very high from the factory. Gives you a great approach angle if you may need it. Coming up to the hood, you can see you do get an absolutely massive hood. This truck is huge. You do get a functional vent right here for bringing air to the intake, allowing the engine to breathe and produce as much horsepower as possible, as well as these functional heat extractors on the side to let hot air escape from that engine so that you don't get a whole lot of heat soak. When it comes to hoods, the Ram TRX probably has one of the most aggressive styled hoods that you can possibly find. You do have these three orange lights on the hood, and that is due to federal regulation. Whenever you have a car or a truck that's a certain width, you have to put lights up here. That way that people are able to see the truck a little bit better and distance how wide the truck actually is. So those three lights are up there by way of federal regulation. Coming around to the side, like we talked about earlier, with this absolutely wide fender and this vent that you have, you can see you do have a little plastic, almost wide body kit that you have on the side of this fender, making it look just a little bit wider. You do get bead lock rims from factory, 18-inch rims with a 65 series sidewall. So absolutely massive tires from factory. Now, I was a little bit surprised to see that you don't get some massive 6-piston Brembo caliper behind these rims. You just get your regular 2-piston caliper, especially with this truck being as big as it is and being as high performance as it is. You would think that you would get those massive calipers, but nonetheless, you do get a lot of stopping power that is offered. Love the suspension setup behind the truck. Coming around behind the fender, you can see you do have that functional vent pulling that air from the front right here to the back behind the fender. Very, very simple styling along the side of the vehicle. You do have your step plates right here. Since the truck is a little tall for some people, they may need some help getting actually up into the truck. And so it does not have the retractable ones that pop out whenever you open the door. Nonetheless, very, very nice setup on these plates. Love the Ram almost embossment into this almost metal material, but it does have a very nice coating over it. You can see you do get your Ram script right there on the side. Not too much to say about the door stuff. You do have a bit of a camera right here on your side view mirror to let you see what's right here below you whenever you're trying to do any type of rock crawling. Very, very nice setup with these wide mirrors, since this is a wide truck, giving you a lot more visibility behind you, making sure that you don't hit people. Coming to the back of the truck, absolutely massive hips on this thing. Probably some of the widest hips that you're gonna see on a truck. These look like they could almost probably fit dually wheels behind them. Those of you who may be interested in purchasing this truck, here is a little list of some of the features that it has on it. It is selling for right around $108,000, and that is what the market is going for right now. But this is just a little list so that you guys can look and see what you will be getting. You do get that same setup with the extra wide body on the side of the truck, as well as that same rim and wheel setup with the 18-inch rims, 65 series sidewalls. You can see you do get Bilstein suspension on your Ram TRX. Very, very nice setup with the suspension, giving you the best quality that you can possibly get when it comes to rock crawling or using your truck on any type of terrain. Coming around to the back, you can see these fenders. They do have a bit of a vent, even though it is not functional. It does add to the aesthetic of the truck. Now, as far as the actual tail light, Ram does hide sensors for blind spot monitoring and stuff like that within the tail light. So that is why you do have this black Ram in the center of the tail light. They did do it very seamlessly, so it does look very nice. Fully LED on the tail light, as well as this very, very nice rear bumper. It does not look as rugged and off-roady as your front bumper. Nevertheless, it is a very nice rear bumper. You can see you do have massive dual exhaust tips on this truck, as well as, of course, your hitch for towing. You also have these two hooks for towing as well, if you may need them and you can't use your actual ball that you attach to your hitch. Coming to the top right here, you can see you do have your attachment for attaching a light to your trailer, as well as another attachment for attaching the same light. Sometimes you can get either or. If you guys have ever been to rent a trailer, you can tell sometimes they have this attachment that you use, sometimes they have this attachment. You see you do have a very, very nice textured setup to the rear part of your bumper, allowing you to step up and not have the possibility of slipping off as much as with a very, very smooth bumper. You also have a bit of a step on the side as well that you may need to use. Very, very nice that Ram thought of that. Coming into the bed, this is not one of those very gimmicky tailgates like you get on some trucks. However, you do have a very, very nice textured and sealed truck bed, help you prevent from rust. Hopefully you won't get too many dents, especially if you're using the truck the way a truck is meant to be used. You do have these rails on the side, allowing you to hook things up if you need them. And also you do have lights in the bed as well, making sure that you're able to illuminate things in the night if you need to. Overall, very, very nice setup to the entire truck, and especially this bed. I know it's a little bit hard to see, but up under the hood, you do have a supercharged 6.2 liter V8, the same engine out of your Hellcat Chargers and Challengers, if you will. It is tuned differently, right around 702 horsepower. It is mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now this car is all-wheel drive for, of course, truck reasons, of course, and it does have a towing capacity of right around 8,100 pounds. So not the most towing capacity out of every truck that you can get, but when you're looking at a truck that offers you the same level of performance and enjoyability as this one, it is one of a kind. Now this truck does weigh just a hair under 6,500 pounds, so it is not a light truck by any means. A little bit lighter than probably some of your other real heavy duty trucks, however. As far as MPGs from that massive engine, you're looking at right around 10 in the city, 14 on the highway. So it is a bit of a gas guzzler. I wish that a lot of dealerships would stop putting these plastic covers on their engines and just let everybody see the masterpiece that you have of an engine. You can see that functional hood scoop with the snorkels right there at the top, being able to bring cool air out from the exterior of the hood and being able to force it into that engine. But how about we go and we take a look at the inside of this beautiful Ram TRX. Getting into the Ram TRX, you can see starting off with the steering wheel, an absolutely beautiful design for the steering wheel. You get your Alcantara at the top, beautiful red stitching. You also get your perforated leather with your flat bottom, again, Alcantara, and just a little bit of carbon fiber just to add to the absolute uniqueness and elegance of this interior. You do get your adaptive cruise control as well as your regular settings for cruise control and settings for controlling your actual digital gauge. Coming to the gauge cluster, you can see you do have a fully digital gauge. You're looking at right around $6,000 as far as the red line goes on your tachometer, and right around 120 on your speedometer. You don't expect to be going too fast in this thing. However, it is made for high performance with that beautiful supercharged engine that's under the hood. You can see you do get your TRX script at the top. And again, as far as the actual center gauge cluster goes, you can actually go in and have like different formats as far as reading out your tach and your speed. You do have settings for looking at your tire pressure. Just very configurable, absolutely lovely setup for this Ram TRX. You do have navigation as well, and this is real nice, especially whenever you're on road trips. Let's say you go to the beach, you have your navigation right here, so you're not looking at your phone to, you know, try to figure out where you need to go. It's all right in front of you. This is probably one of the nicest gauge clusters that I've seen as far as configurability and actual finesse when it comes to trucks, especially. Very nice. Coming to the center console, we do have some Mariah Carey playing. You can see you have a fully integrated infotainment system. This is updated from Dodge's old system. Very responsive on the touch. I mean, just instantly. As soon as you touch it, just instantly goes wherever you need it to go. Media, you can see you can control your climate control from the side right here. You do have dual climate control, so if you want to be a little bit warmer on the driver's side, the passenger wants to be a little bit cooler, you guys can make that happen. But very configurable, absolutely lovely setup. You do get a lot of things to choose from when it comes to your Ram TRX. Coming up to the top, you can see you do get a rear view camera, which is absolutely lovely, especially in a big truck like this. They have a rear view camera instead of just a mirror that you can look out the back. It makes it all the more easier to drive this truck. Makes you feel even more comfortable being able to drive it. You do have your controls for your different drive modes as far as your axles go, whatever you may need. Very nice setup. Coming to the dash, you can see fully leather wrapped. You do have your Alcantara right here, the same red stitching. You also get a touch of carbon fiber with your TRX badge right there on the front of the dash. Very lovely setup. I have to say Dodge has really stepped it up with their interior game when it comes to their trucks. Especially, you do have a little bit of storage right here at the top of the interior. Again, that carbon fiber. You also have a Harman Kardon sound system, which sounds absolutely amazing in this truck, as well as a heads-up display. It's a little bit hard to see, but the heads-up display is very important vehicle information. You can see this one is flickering a little bit because of the capture rate of the camera, but it does have stuff like the speed limit of the street that you're on by way of using the navigation. You also have, of course, like maybe your tachometer up there or your speedometer. Very nice setup. Coming to the passenger side, looking at this door panel. Beautiful materials used on the door panel. I mean, when it comes to Dodge and I guess American cars in general, you don't think too much of interior quality, but Dodge went the extra mile and absolutely killed it on this interior. You do have leather along with the red stitching, a little bit of Alcantara on the door panel as well. You also get your carbon fiber, very nice blacked out handles when it comes to your door handle. Your Harman Kardon speaker cover is red, really adding to the little red touches that this car has. Coming over to the seat, this is a brand new model, so the seats are absolutely immaculate. You can see you do have your little red touches. They are somewhat bolstered. They're not as heavily bolstered as you may see in some Recaros or other sport race seats. However, they are somewhat bolstered to hold you in place. Very comfortable. You can see you do get your TRX script right here stitched into the leather, as well as perforated leather right here with your red accents. Everything has red stitching. A very, very nice seat to be in. You do have heated and ventilation with these seats. You do have a wireless phone charger right here in the actual center console area of this interior, as well as a leather wrapped gear shifter. Very, very nice setup on this gear shifter. It feels very high quality. You do get 2 cup holders. You can see this one does have a little bit of screws in it, as well as a little bit of carbon fiber to just make everything flow very well whenever you don't want to have those cup holders right there. You can see you also get your USB ports and aux port, as well as a USB-C. You also get, coming to the actual center console, your Ram TRX badge right here. Very, very nice. It tells you your exact VIN number, tells you the specs on your motor. Very, very beautiful setup. Ram, this is just absolutely amazing. The quality and the extent that Ram went to make sure that you guys have an absolutely beautiful truck. Opening up this center console area, you can see you do get a little bit of storage down here in the bottom, as well as a way to hold your coins if you need to. You also get, not sure how many people are actually going to use this, but you also get a little bit of math right here if you need to, for whatever reason, you know, make any type of calculations. I don't know when the last time anybody has used these formulas has been. I know it's been a long time for me. I probably really don't even remember how to use them. You also get a little bit of storage right here at the top. This is lined in this velvet type material. Very, very nice. The center console is Alcantara on the top. You also get 2 cup holders in the back with that carbon fiber wrapping. Very, very nice setup. On top of all the other creature comforts that you get from Ram, you also get this fully panoramic sunroof in a truck. And so you can ride around in your Ram with almost a open air type experience and just experience the absolute fullest of life. You also get a lot of controls right here at the top for controlling, of course, your dome lights, your panoramic sunroof, and your tailgate. Very, very nice setup with the LED lights. But how about we hop into the back and see what the back is like. This is a brand new truck, so they do have some of the new items that the dealer has to install on the truck. But let's clear those out and see what the back seat quality is like in this Ram TRX. Coming into the back seat, you can see you are treated with the same materials and attention to detail as the front seat occupants. And let's just look at this front just for a second. Very, very nice to look at. Very, very comfortable place to be in. Wouldn't mind sitting in here for a road trip or whatever the case may be for any amount of time at all. To the back of the seats, you do get leather on the back of the seats, as well as this very, very nice perforated Alcantara type material. You do get these loops down here at the bottom, just in case you may need to place anything in there, as well as a little bit of storage space in the back. Coming to the doors, you can see you do get that leather wrapped soft touch material for your armrest, the same red stitching, beautiful Alcantara along with carbon fiber. Very, very nice door panels. You also get your Harman Kardon system in the back here as well as speakers on the ceiling, which you don't see a lot of times in trucks. You do have very, very nice materials used on the seats, leather wrapped with the red accents and red stitching. Very, very comfortable seats, not as bolstered as they are for the front seats, but still comfortable nonetheless. You do get a little window pass through for the back if you have a little bit longer items that you're trying to place in the bed of the truck. You can put them in there, put them through the window pass through if you need to, or if you're just trying to get a little bit of extra airflow through the vehicle, you can also use this in order to let some air circulate a little bit more, have a bit more airier experience. You can see you do have storage on both sides of the floor for any items that you may need to place. As far as the actual storage content, it is very low, very deep. You also get a few rulers for measuring things if you need to measure them, as well as hooks for strapping things down if you need to. Adding to the comfort of the rear seats, you do have a little bit of storage right here under your cup holders, as well as your heating and ventilation for your rear seat occupants. You do have charging ports, USB-C and USB, as well as a regular household style port, which is an absolute blessing to have in a lot of cars nowadays. And just like that, that is a wrap on the 2023 Ram TRX. Guys, let me know what your favorite feature of this truck was, as well as some other things that you may like to see on the channel. I know that we may have a Bronco Raptor coming, as well as some very, very cool stuff. So make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. But just like that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.